So today we're going to look at Arcane Orb, which is unfortunate. Arcane Orb is a secondary ability that shoots out an orb of arcane damage. It's weak and sad and slow. Obliterate makes it fast, but it's still weak. But it also makes the damage areas smaller, which is almost nonsensical for an ability to nerf a choice for the player. I mean, this is one of the few videos I'm going to be really down on an ability with, because Arcane Orb should be better than it is, and I'm built for Arcane, and I can barely hurt these enemies. Like, I hurt them more, it feels, with my signature spells than with Arcane Orb. And I mean, it just for a comparison, like, Pin, I'm not even dropping that with Dynamo, and that is so much more damage for less work, less cost, just all around, and that's just all around better than this. Arcane Orb is overcosted and underdamaged. Arcane Orbit, that's not Arcane Orbit. Arcane Orbit puts little orbs around you, much like my Moonlight Ward is doing, but they're actual arcane orbs, just made really small. This ability serves a purpose if you have to speed farm lower difficulties, because you can spam these out, and they will actually hurt the enemies. In addition to, like, say, Wand of Woe explosions. Spark is the lightning variant. Spark lobs Arcane Orb wherever you're pointing. It deals more damage the more enemies you hit with it. Big whoop. Scorch is your rolling ball that leaves behind a trail of cinders. Again, whatever. I don't even care to find enemies to use this on. Now, I'm not built for fire, keep that in mind. You may be able to get mileage out of Scorch with the Firebird set. I could probably go and test that when I actually look at the Firebird stuff. Let's see if I can do... Oh, I don't think I'll be able to switch this quick enough. Maybe I will. Okay, Frozen Orb is your last rune, and Frozen Orb is a shell of what it used to be. Like in 2.0, when it first came out, Frozen Orb was awesome. But that's because it was glitched. It was dealing all of its damage at once, instead of dealing it over time like it says it does. And now Frozen Orb is just, it's a crap ability, honestly. Like all the other Arcane Orbs. I'm not built for cold. I will note that. I'm not built for cold, fire, or lightning with this guy. But even if you're built for cold, I would not use Frozen Orb. I would absolutely choose another ability aside from this. So Arcane Orb, I really hate being severely negative in these videos. I want to do positive overviews of all of the wizard skills, but I cannot be positive over Arcane Orb. And here's the saddest thing. Arcane Orb is the ability I really wanted to use. Like when 1.0 was coming out, it was pretty much, oh, I want to use Arcane Orb and Disintegrate, because I wanted to make like a bullet hell wizard that's just throwing hundreds of these orbs out. And you can't do it. You can't do it with a lot of resource cost reduction. You can't do it when you're built around the damage type of your Arcane Orb. Arcane Orb is just a bad ability. It either needs a damage boost or a cost reduction just across the board to be usable. And I want to point something out. If you look at the damage of the Arcane Orb, it's 700 damage to enemies within 8 yards. Magic Missile, Charge Blast, with a Beer Ball, is 975 damage thrown out across 3 missiles for free. This costs 30 arcane power. I have a lot of arcane power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not 8. I can do 8. Magic missiles, I can fire infinite magic missiles. That would be at 975 damage. I know that's across 3 missiles, but you know what? I don't care. That's so much better and so much more damage than this. And I think it's the same concept for all of the Arcane Orbs. You'll find better abilities than these. So, Arcane Orb, in summation, Oh, and there are no legendaries for it. So it doesn't even have legendary support. Arcane Orb. It needs either a damage hike by a lot, a cost reduction by a lot, or it needs a complete retooling. Like, maybe Arcane Orb could be, like, every time you shoot it, like, this could even be a legendary ability. Like, every time you shoot it, maybe you're shooting, like, 5 directly behind it or something. Like, you're just... Arcane Orbs. Arcane Orb. Like, I would even say, given that it's a secondary ability, I would almost want to have this channeling for half the cost. And you're just orbs. Almost make it like Arcane Torrent, but giant orbs. I mean, there's a lot you could do with it to make this a cool and usable ability. It's just none of them are worth the time now. And I mean, even like these, it just, the damage is so low on these that it's almost laughable. Especially given that Magic Missile, it basically will do any of these except, you know, Spark, but I mean, there's lightning all over the place in your signatures, and there are better lightning abilities. But yeah, they're just underpowered, overcosted. It's almost not even worth using, and that just saddens me greatly. So the next 2 videos are going to be much more fun and exciting and not sad and kind of depressing. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching.